Graphite by KayScience.com. This ball and stick model represents the overall structure of graphite. This black circle represents a carbon atom, and because there are only black circles, this means graphite is made of 100% carbon. This line in between the carbon atoms represents a strong covalent bond, and we can see from the diagram there are only strong covalent bonds holding the carbon atoms in place. If we focus on this carbon atom right here, we can see how there are 3 carbon atoms bonded to this central carbon atom. Therefore, there are 3 covalent bonds, 1, 2, 3, coming out of each carbon atom. So in graphite, there are 3 covalent bonds per carbon atom. This causes the carbon atoms to be arranged in hexagons, as shown in the diagram here. So in graphite, the carbon atoms have 3 covalent bonds per carbon atom, and they're arranged in hexagons. Overall, graphite has a giant covalent structure, as the carbon atoms are arranged in a rigid 3D network of atoms. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. Now, what makes graphite very special is these carbon atoms are arranged in layers or sheets, and this diagram shows 3 layers. Here I'm drawing dashed red lines in between the layers, which represents weak intermolecular forces. In this diagram, I'm drawing layers to represent the layers found in graphite. Remember, each layer is made of carbon atoms, and these carbon atoms have a giant covalent structure. But in between the layers are weak intermolecular forces. The weak intermolecular forces in between the layers allows the layers to easily slide over each other. So because these layers can easily slide over each other, this causes graphite to have a property where it is soft and slippery. This allows graphite to be used as lubricants and also used in pencils. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. Now, because there are 3 covalent bonds per carbon atom when there should normally be 4, this means there is 1 delocalised electron per carbon atom. Here I'm drawing E's which represent the electrons, and they are able to move randomly in between the layers and through the graphite. So delocalised electrons move between the layers, allowing graphite to conduct electricity. This allows graphite to carry an electric current, so graphite can be used as conductors. Not only this, but electrons also transfer thermal energy. Going back to these strong covalent bonds in between the carbon atoms, they require a lot of energy to break. Therefore, graphite has a high melting point. It's question time. Attempt these questions to check your understanding. Pause the video here to practice the keywords. The answers will follow. Press pause to answer the questions. The answers will follow. If stuck, just rewatch the video. Press pause to go through your answers and make any corrections to your mistakes. And don't forget to visit KayScience.com for more videos, worksheets and quizzes at KayScience.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe.